Yes! Yes! I won it! I won it! Oh, brilliant. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. We got an exciting episode for you today. I have my new project car that's here. We're gonna give you a bit of a tour of that. You know what it is already, because if you've seen the thumbnail, you know that I bought a Fiesta ST. Now there's a bit of a story as to how I came to buy this car, because it wasn't the car that I was originally going for. So you'll see that later on in the episode. So really excited about that, and of course there's a bit of an update on the Fiat for you as well, because that car is still ongoing. But before we get into all of that, I have an apology to make. Last week you saw me repair the wiring on my Fiat 500 using Scotch locks. Now the backlash I got from that was huge, and you were absolutely right to do that, because obviously I was repairing a part of the car that's exposed to water using Scotch locks. What was I thinking? So because of the error of my way, to my subscribers, those viewers who watch my videos to get tips, and casual viewers who like this channel, I want to make this very clear and apologize that you will not see anything on this channel like that ever again. Please accept my apology for allowing my standards to be lowered. That's not what we do in this channel here. This channel is all about proper engineering and doing things right, so that the next owner can have trouble-free motoring. You'll be very pleased to know that I have repaired and got rid of the Scotch locks. I'm going to show you that in a second, but before we go and take a look at the job that I've done, I want to give a shout out to Clay Walker. He was the guy who showed me these heat shrink butt connectors. I'm going to show you them now. You'll see them on the screen, and what they are rubber or heat sleeves which has glue. So the color ends you're seeing now, those are glue, and in the middle you've got solder. And what you do, it's low temperature solder. You put your wires in at both ends, and then you heat the whole thing up. The solder melts, bonding the wires and making a good electrical connection. You then heat the other end up, and then they give you a watertight seal, and then the whole thing shrinks down like regular shrink cable, only quicker. So thank you for that. I also want to give a big shout out to Rob from Salvage Car Rebuild, because Rob was so disgusted, and don't forget, Rob is the original Fiat 500 man. He was so disgusted at my wiring that he actually sent me a cut-off loom, the correct loom for my car, which you can see on the screen right now. So thank you for that, Rob. Rob is a top guy. Let's get Rob to 1,000 subs. He's at he's at 636 now. He only needs another 300 odd to get him to 1,000 subs. So go over to his channel, that's Salvage Car Rebuild, and subscribe to him. Let's get Rob to 1,000 subscriptions by the end of the week. Thank you, Rob, for sending me not only did Rob send me the wiring, he also sent me a mirror for the car as well, a near side mirror. So Rob's a top man, and his channel is going to do great things. Good. Okay, let's go and take a look at the car now, and let's go and see the wiring that we've done properly, and hopefully you guys will be pleased with what we've been able to achieve. Okay, so here is all the old Scotch lock wiring that you guys all condemned me, and rightly so, last week. That's all now been disconnected, and here we have our new wiring, proper OEM wiring, and as you can see we have our waterproof shrink sleeves all in place. Okay, so it's all been done properly now. So we've got soldered wire joints, and then at the end here you can see these little red pieces. These are waterproof putty, and what happens, they melt into place and form a waterproof bond, and then you can see the end of the plastic sleeve here, and then in the middle here you can't see it that well, but that's the solder that has been melted and welded to the wiring. So we've done this all now properly, we've done it the way it should have been done, and now I'm going to use these plastic sleeves here just to cover it all up, so that we know that it's all been done according to design. And while we're here, I thought I'd just show you the latest with the bumper. So the bumper, we now have our trim here that goes across. This is a black one instead of a chrome one. Let's show you from the side. You can see it there. They made a mistake when they sent me the wrong one. I ordered a chrome, they sent me black. But actually, do you know what? Black looks really good on this. You can see we've got the bottom grille in place. That's the one with the chrome ends at the end, which I really like. And I'm just waiting for these two end caps. Apparently, Fiat do 31 different varieties, and took me a while to track down the right one, but I was managed to track down the correct part, and I've ordered this end here and that end there. And that's coming in the post. Should be here sometime this week. Once we get that in place, we can put that in, and then we can pull it back into the car. On the actual thing that goes in, they clip into place, but there's a little screw in the back here that just secures it into place, and that's the reason why I haven't secured the bumper. So as soon as we get that, we can put that bumper into place, and we're just waiting for a little eye to arrive as well, and then that'll be it. We can get the Fiat back up, sorted, and done. Good. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so how do we manage to get a Fiesta ST? Well, I was actually looking for another car. So first of all, I was watching an R8. I wasn't buying the R8, not yet. Can't afford that yet, guys. Channel's not big enough for that yet. But I was watching an R8, and I just wanted to see how much it went for and how much did this car go for. Let's take a look on the screen now and you'll see.
New bidder.
Pure sale.
This is a hot lot. Bonus time. Bonus time. Sold.
Okay, so that's the R8, and actually I thought that car went quite cheap, so that's good to know for the future. So yeah, R8 out of the way. Repairing the 500 was quite nice, or I'm quite enjoying repairing the 500, and it brought back a lot of nostalgia. My wife used to have a 500, and started making me thinking, well, actually, if I was going to own a 500, which 500 would I really want to own? Not a standard one, more like an Abarth. And I thought an Abarth would be a really nice project car, you know, to do reviews and add products to it, etc., like boost kits, etc. That's where I would be looking at. So I had a look on Copart, and this 500 you can see on screen came up, which looked really good. It was really lightly damaged, just the bumpers. You can see the back bumper was cracked and the front bumper seemed to have been taken off, etc., but didn't look damaged. So I thought, right, okay, let's watch this car. Now I set my limit was 3,250, and I thought, okay, let's go to auction, let's see how we go with this car. So let's watch the auction now and let's see, did I win this car or not. Right, so here's my car. So we're going to bid on this now. I'm just going to let it go for a bit because obviously there's a few bidders. Alright, get ready to bid now. It's got a bit crazy. We're already at 2,450.
New bidder.
Okay, 2.6. I'm going to bid. Am I going to bid now? Yeah, let's bid now. Wait to get to the top. Oh, nope, someone's beat me to it. Wow. Right, I'm definitely going to bid now. Okay, let's do a bid.
New bidder. This is a hot lot.
Oh, wait, I always like to wait till it gets to the top. Keep them guessing. Okay, that outbid me. Wait till we get to the top. Bid now. doing the same as me. We're at £3 now. 3-1. Do I really want to bid? Yes, I do. Oh, 3-2 now. I might let him have this.
Bonus time.
3-2 though. Let's go one more. Let's go one more. Way to get to the top. He can have it. He can have it. I'm not going to bid any higher than that.
Bonus time.
It's his. Although it's quite cheap, but I'm not going to go over my maximum.
Bonus time.
Always tempting. Nope. Got to stay disciplined. We're not going to go. We're going to let this car go. So that was the 500. And while it was a shame to let it go, you always got to stick to your maximum bid, otherwise you get carried away, you end up buying something worth less than what you're actually purchasing, then you run into all sorts of problems. So I started looking again on Copart, and I didn't see any other bars, but I managed to see this ST that you can see on screen now, and it was cheap, rather cheap. So I put it into my watch list and waited to see if the price would go up during the week, and sure enough it didn't go up. It stayed at the low price it was. So I hadn't seen this car, I haven't been to view this car at all. It's in Rochford, in Chelmsford, so I'm now going to take a risk, and all because it's going to be a project car. So let's see the auction now and see how we got on. Okay, so our lot is up next. Now I've set a maximum limit on this of £3 so let's get into the bid. Okay, so 1600 bid, £1,600. Just submitted my first bid. Now, like I said, my maximum on this car is going to be £3, no higher because of the damage.
Low mileage.
Okay, let's bid at the top. Here we go. Yeah, we mean business. I'm not going to wait for you to go to the top. We're just going to bid. But he's playing the waiting game, obviously. Okay, we'll do the same. Bid. $2,150.
Low mileage.
Yeah, we know that. We might be here a while. Oh, this guy's really playing. Right, okay.
This is a hot lot.
$2,400. Still cheap.
Approaching minimum bid.
Okay.
Low mileage. Low mileage. Pure sale.
It's getting okay. This is getting hot now. We're at 2,850. I'm not gonna go above 3. Okay. Don't bid anymore. Don't bid anymore.
Low mileage.
Bonus time.
Low mileage.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! I won it! I won it! Oh, brilliant. Woo! I am so happy with... Oh, fantastic. Right, okay. We have got ourselves a Fiesta ST.
Moments later.
So we won the car, which is great. So the car has now been delivered, which is brilliant, and it's now down in my car park, so let's go down and take a look at the car. Okay, so it's now time to reveal the new project car. Okay, so let's take a look at the car in close up to see what the damage is. If it isn't already blatantly obvious, we can see that the front, it's all front end damage. So the bonnet, that's completely trashed. This side, the near side, absolutely perfect. No damage on here whatsoever. Front bumper, completely gone. The front grille, you can see it's smashed in a corner there, so that's going to need to be replaced. Offside wing, completely damaged and gone. We've also got this glass panel here, which is glued in place. That's also damaged and need to be replaced. And that, and obviously the headlight is completely gone, so that needs to be replaced as well. And also the front box panel, that's the frame that everything in the front hangs together, that's all gone as well. Other than that, the damage does seem to be limited. There's probably going to be more damage when I take the car apart. Like for example, that wheel that could be pushed back, so the lower swing arm, that's probably going to be damaged as well. With an impact like this, I have no doubt that that's had a whack and been pushed right back, so we'll probably end up having to order one of those as well. The main damage, the main problem is this bit here. As you can see, this is where the wing and the headlamp connects up to. That's all been crushed, so that's going to now need to be pulled out before we do anything. And what I'm going to have to do is take the other side apart so I can compare and see where they are and then do some measurements. But the good news is that when you look at the leg here, this leg has not been damaged. The bar on the front is taking a bit of a hit, but that's really just superficial damage. The actual leg itself is straight, and there's no damage on that, or none that I can see at this early stage. We're not going to know for sure until we take the car completely apart, but early indications is that that is completely straight and that there's no damage on that, so that's good news. But what I'll do is when I take the front apart, we'll be able to do a comparison and see. Also, we're going to need a windscreen because windscreen is cracked, that's damaged as well. Now this is a proper Essex boy car. Just look at the stickers and you can see that it is an Essex boy, and I say this without prejudice because it had a sticker on the side here called Dagenham Wick, and it's purchased from Allenford, Essex. So if you know who the previous owner of this car was, let me know, because there's a few questions I need to ask him. Inside, it's a little bit of a mess, very dirty, so he never kept the inside very clean, but that's fine. It gives us something to really get this car looking good when we get this car cleaned up and back on the road. So this car is going to be a bit of a project car for me. It's not going to be a flipper. I'm actually going to keep this for a while and do some reviews and parts reviews, etc. on the car once we get it sorted. So that's the car in a... oh, there's one other issue. The car was a runner, but now it's not running. It attempts to start, but it doesn't start. I'll demonstrate. Okay, here's the key. Let's see if we can get this car started, or I'll show you what happens when I try to start the car. So, key. Would you look at that? I tried to start the car the other day, it wouldn't start, and now it starts. Although there is a banging noise, but I'll take a look at that after. But that's good news, car starts. So well chuffed with that. Great. Yeah, I think I might have spoken too soon. This is what the car's doing when you're trying to start it. Try again. Yeah, not happy. So it did just start. You did hear it start, and there was a knocking noise. I don't know what that noise was. I lifted the bonnet to see if I can see it start, but alas, it's not starting again. So if any of you have any ideas what that could be before I get my OBD11 and my diagnostic tool on there, comment or make a note in the comments below. Okay, so that is the car. And I'm really looking forward to working on this car. This is going to be my project car, so we're going to do other cars for flipping, but this car we're going to keep for a little while, and we're going to be doing product reviews on it. So we're going to be boosting the power on this car as well, maybe even take it to a few meets if there's any left at the end of the year. I think we already missed Fiestas in the past, but I've been wanting a Fiesta ST for a little while, so it's great to have one like this in the classic color Spirit Blue, which was a color only made for the Fiesta ST, would you believe. There is one that's very like it on the other range. It's called Deep Impact Blue, but it's not the same. Trust me, it's not the same. Right, so we're going to finish the 500 first before we start doing this car. So next week's video is going to be hopefully the final bits that we've got waiting for the 500 and getting that car ready and finished off before we start stripping down the ST. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that notification button so you get videos and get notified, especially now that we've got an ST, as soon as those videos come up. So I'd like to thank you all for viewing this video. Don't forget, we're going to help our friend at Rob at Salvage Car Rebuild get himself to 1,000 subs. So go over to his site now. He's doing his Ferrari. Give him the thumbs up and subscribe to him, and let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. In the meantime, guys, we will see you next Monday. Have a good week.